Jagex just dropped some new information about Necromancy Rituals. Let's talk about it, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. As we get closer and closer to Necromancy, Jagex is going to be drip feeding us detailed updates about the skill until its release on the 7th of August. Today they share a dedicated post with what seems to be the end product about rituals. Rituals are the way of training Necromancy through skilling instead of combat, which you're introduced to during the tutorial. Each ritual has its own inputs and outputs, as you can see in the updated UI or ritual selection interface on screen now. Before you can perform the ritual, you're going to need to set it up by drawing the correct glyphs using ghostly ink and placing the right type of candles. No, you don't need to stock up on candles, as the mods have already confirmed that you're going to be able to get them in the city of Once set up, you can perform your ritual, which is mostly an AFK process until the timer ends, but that doesn't mean it's efficient to do so. To get the most out of your rituals, you're going to have to react to random events which spawn based on your soul attraction percentage. In the playtest version I tried a while back, these were a large increase to the XP per hour you could gain when doing rituals, and I'd assume on release there's still going to be a very big increase, if not more. Performing rituals is necessary even if you only want to do necromancy with combat, as rituals are the only known way of obtaining souls to increase the tier of your Well of Souls, which, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to call the talent tree. Once you have enough souls from rituals, you'll be able to unlock new spells and abilities using talent points, which can only be gained from necromancy combat. Now, any loot aka output obtained during rituals alongside experience, like the new installed materials or impure essence, are stored in a special chest, so you won't need to worry about bringing magic notepaper. Now that you're back up to speed, in case you didn't watch or see my necromancy playtest video, there's a new section of information about rituals in this news post. Alteration glyphs. These glyphs aren't required to perform a ritual and seem to instead modify its characteristics. The news post shares 3 examples. The multiply alteration glyph, which increases the items gained from a ritual when completed. This is 100% going to be a alteration glyph you're going to want to activate to get more impure essence or unsold materials or any kind of resource generating ritual. It also seems to increase your soul attraction by 20%, which would cause more random events to spawn, therefore increasing your active necromancy experience per hour when performing rituals. The second alteration glyph, called speed, decreases the time it takes to complete a ritual, which again would increase active XP per hour. It also might increase the speed at which random events spawn and despawn, which could make it more click intensive, as those ghosts, for example, would move past you a lot quicker. The attraction alteration glyph seems to only increase soul attraction percentage, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that it does a little bit more because the multiply glyph also increases soul attraction, which would cause more events to spawn. The only downside to using these alteration glyphs is that they not only use ghostly ink, but they also use expensive resources such as ectoplasm, which is also used to summon those necromancy minions, or I should really be calling them conjurers, but I just keep going back to minions or summons. Effectively, what these alteration glyphs seem to be is an increase in experience per hour or output at the cost of some other high-level resource, so you're paying a bit more to get a bit more. Seems fair. And it would only be logical for these alteration glyphs to also degrade every handful of rituals, just like regular glyphs do, so it's going to be a resource sink. Now, I don't know how many glyphs a high-level necromancy ritual requires, but I'd assume you could use multiple alteration glyphs and not just one at a certain point. Whether that's the case or not, I guess we'll find out on release. With that being said, we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.